o'clock, and we begin with a major breakthrough in the Israel-Hamas war. The Israeli cabinet has approved a deal to secure the release of dozens of hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza 6 weeks after they were abducted from southern Israel. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says at least 50 hostages, women and children will be released over 4 days, during which a pause in the fighting will be held. The release of every additional 10 hostages will result in 1 additional day in the pause. The deal was approved by Israel's cabinet after a lengthy meeting that ran into the early hours. Ahead of the meeting, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the war effort would continue even if a hostage agreement was struck. The deal has been welcomed by President Biden, who says it should bring home additional American hostages. In its own statement, Hamas, which is considered a terrorist group by many Western governments, says the 50 hostages will be released in exchange for 150 Palestinian women and children who are being held in Israeli jails. In the past few moments, Qatar, which helped broker this deal, has said the starting time of the pause will be announced within 24 hours. Well, our senior international correspondent Ola Girin has more on the hostages who may be released and their families who hope the deal means their return.
After 6 long weeks, there is hope. Here are some of those who could soon be coming home. Oria is 4 and loves football and ice cream. And Kafir, just 10 months old, who recently started crawling. He's always smiling, relatives say. Chen Almog is being held with 3 of her children, including her 2 young sons. Her husband and eldest daughter were killed by Hamas. Chen's brother Omri hopes to get his relatives back soon. He's been counting the dark days.
The bad and the pain is behind. We're going to live with this pain forever. But the good things is in the front of us, and they will come.
What is the first thing you would like to do when you're all together?
First, to tell them I'm sorry, because it's sad and it's a shame what happened. And then that I love them. You can imagine hugs for so many days, so now it's, when the time comes, we're going to do it.
In return, Gaza will get a respite from Israel's assault, at least for a few days. Israeli troops were still advancing today. Food and fuel will be allowed into the rubble, and some Palestinian women and children will be released from Israeli jails. Israel's Prime Minister got a warm reception from these troops. Benjamin Netanyahu said releasing the hostages was a sacred duty, but the war wouldn't stop after they were freed. Tonight there's an empty place here at this table for everyone that is being held in Gaza. The first hostages could be released as early as Thursday. Orla Girin, BBC News, Tel Aviv.